Picture this. It's 1962 in Centralia, Pennsylvania. A thriving coal town of over 1,000 people, where families gather for Memorial Day parades and kids play in the streets. But on May 27th, a simple trash burn in the local landfill ignites something unstoppable. An underground inferno that spreads through abandoned coal mines like a virus. Fast forward 63 years to 2025, and that fire still rages beneath the surface, turning Centralia into a ghost town where steam vents hiss, toxic gases and roads buckle like melting plastic. This isn't a movie plot, it's real, and it's been burning longer than most of us have been alive. Welcome to Ghost of Fact, where we uncover the world's strangest true stories. For the next few minutes, we're diving deep into Centralia's endless blaze. How it started, and why it won't stop, and the bizarre secrets it hides. If that hook has you on the edge of your seat, smash that like button now, because it helps us bring more mysteries like this. And subscribe to Ghost of Facts so you don't miss our next video. Let's ignite this journey. Centralia's story begins long before the fire. Founded in 1856 in Columbia County, Pennsylvania, it was named after the Centralia Coal Company and built on rich anthracite coal deposits. By the late 1800s, it boomed as a mining hub, with railroads hauling out millions of tons of coal annually. Immigrants from Ireland, Germany, and Eastern Europe flocked there, creating a vibrant community with churches, schools, and saloons. At its peak in the 1890s, Centralia had over 2,700 residents, supported by 5 active mines. But mining brought dangers. In 1869, the infamous Alexander Ree, a mining engineer, was murdered by the Molly Maguires, a secret society of Irish miners fighting labor exploitation. Highlighting the town's turbulent underbelly, the mines honeycombed the ground, creating a vast network of tunnels that would later fuel disaster. Fast forward to May 1962, Centralia used an old strip mine pit as a landfill. To prepare for Memorial Day, volunteers set the trash ablaze. It was a common practice back then. But this time, flames seeped through a hole into the labyrinth of abandoned mines below, igniting exposed coal seams. Firefighters tried dousing it with water, but the fire smoldered on, spreading slowly at first. Initial estimates said it would burn out in weeks, but by July, temperatures hit 1,000 degrees Fahrenheit, and carbon monoxide levels soared. Early attempts to contain it failed miserably. In 1962, the state drilled boreholes to flush out the flames with water and crushed rock, costing $30,000, but the fire persisted. By 1969, another $154,000 project used fly ash slurry, yet gaps in the bedrock let it escape. A 1969 trench excavation hit flames 140 feet deep, but unstable ground halted it. These efforts totaled over $3.3 million by 1978, with little success. The fire, fueled by 24 million tons of coal reserves, now burns across 400 acres underground. If you're fascinated by how a simple mistake doomed a town, pause here. Give this video a like to support more deep dives like this, and subscribe to Ghost of Fact for our upcoming explorations. We're just getting warmed up. As the 1970s dawned, Centralia's nightmare escalated. The fire's heat caused subsidence, ground collapses, creating sinkholes that swallowed backyards and threatened homes. In 1979, gas station owner John Coddington discovered his underground tanks at 172 degrees Fahrenheit, nearly boiling. By 1981, a massive 150 feet deep sinkhole opened under 12-year-old Todd Dumboski's feet as he played outside. He clung to a tree root until rescued, but the event exposed lethal carbon monoxide seeping into homes. Health crises mounted. Residents reported headaches, dizziness, and respiratory issues from toxic fumes like sulfur dioxide and hydrogen sulfide. In 1983, Congress allocated $42 million for relocation, buying out over 1,000 properties. By 1992, the state condemned the town via eminent domain, revoking the zip code in 2002. Population plummeted from 1,435 in 1960 to just 5 hardy holdouts by 2023, who refused to leave despite dangers. One poignant story. The Oddfellows Cemetery, once a peaceful burial ground, now sits atop the blaze, with graves cracking from heat. Families who fought relocation saw their home value drop to nothing. Yet, some positives emerged. The fire inspired environmental reforms, leading to stricter mine regulations nationwide. We're halfway through this fiery tale. If it's igniting your curiosity, hit like, comment what you'd do if your town burned. Subscribe to Ghost of Fact. More explosive facts ahead. Scientifically, Centralia's fire is a self-sustaining beast. Anthracite coal ignites at 600 to 800 degrees Fahrenheit, releasing methane and other gases that feed the flames. Ventilation shafts over 50 in duriculite complexity act as chimneys, drawing oxygen in and expelling smoke. The blaze consumes 75 tons of coal yearly, generating heat up to 1,350 degrees Fahrenheit in spots. Environmentally, it's catastrophic. Annual emissions include 1,000 tons of CO2, equivalent to 200 cars, plus mercury and arsenic contaminating soil and water. Wildlife suffers. Deer and birds avoid the area due to fumes. Subsidence has created over 100 sinkholes, some 300 feet wide, swallowing Route 61 and forcing a detour that became Graffiti Highway, until paved over in 2024 safety.
What's known as Graffiti Highway will be no more because of the coronavirus. The town of Centralia in Columbia County has been vacant for decades after an underground coal mine fire drove most of its residents away. Tourists still flock to the area to see the abandoned town and the spray-painted broken streets. Because so many people gather there together, the owner has decided to cover the road with dirt and plant trees and grass over top.
Globally, Centralia isn't unique. Australia's Burning Mountain has smoldered for 6,000 years. India's Jaria fire since 1916, displacing thousands. But Centralia's accessibility makes it a lab for geologists. Studies show it could burn another 250 years, fueled by 24 million tons of coal. Recent 2023 surveys reveal the fire's edge has stabilized, but core temperatures remain extreme. One odd fact. In 1984, a $1 million barrier wall failed when fire tunneled underneath. Rumors persist of government experiments or intentional sabotage, but evidence points to the landfill mishap. Firefighters set the trash ablaze, but an unsealed mine entry let it spread. If these facts are heating up your interest, like the video, comment your favorite rumor, and subscribe to Ghost of Fact. We've got more mysteries coming. Centralia's blaze has ignited pop culture. Rumors claim it inspired the Silent Hill video game series. Konami's 1999 horror classic features a foggy, abandoned town with underground horrors. But creators like Kikiro Toyama denied direct influence. The game's misty aesthetic draws from Stephen King's works and Japanese folklore. However, the 2006 Silent Hill movie explicitly used Centralia as inspiration, because screenwriter Roger Avary visited and modeled the film's ash-covered streets after it. But the movie was filmed in Ontario, Canada, not Pennsylvania, using sets in Brantford and Toronto for safety. Tourism boomed in the 2000s. Visitors flocked to see steam vents and the Graffiti Highway, a cracked stretch of Route 61 covered in street art, until officials sealed it in 2020 to deter trespassers, until it was paved. In 2013, a $1.4 million project relocated the last holdouts, but 5 residents won a 2013 lawsuit to stay, paying no taxes but signing liability waivers. Additional quirks. The fire's heat melts snow in winter, creating green patches amid white landscapes. Moreover, rumors of Bigfoot sightings or paranormal activity linger, fueled by the desolate vibe, but no evidence supports them. It's all geology. One verified oddity. In 1992, the state revoked Centralia's zip code, 17,927, making it a postal ghost town. These cultural echoes show how a disaster becomes legend. As of 2025, Centralia's fire still burns across 400 acres, with surface temperatures up to 400 degrees Fahrenheit in vents. Monitoring by the Pennsylvania DEP shows stable boundaries, but extinction efforts ceased in 1992 due to costs exceeding $660 million for full excavation. Experts predict it could last 250 to 500 more years, slowly consuming coal until oxygen depletes. Centralia draws eco-tourists, boosting nearby economies, but dangers persist. In 2017, a visitor fell into a subsidence hole, escaping with minor injuries. We've covered Centralia's fiery saga. If it sparked your curiosity, like this video, comment what fascinates you most about mine fires. And subscribe to Ghost of Fact for our next mystery. More videos on forgotten disasters coming soon. Don't miss out. Thanks for watching. Stay curious and stay safe.